Hello YouTube. Today we are going to discuss 6 variables that we track for our Amazon sellers. We are helping a lot of sellers in growing on Amazon, and these are the primary variables we track for them daily. So the first variable is tracking sales of each product every day. So as you can see in the diagram, let me zoom it a little bit. These are exact days, and for each day we have these numbers, and each row shows a product. And the first column, expected sales, it tells our expectation that this number should be met, and if it meets the expected number, then the color coding is green. If it does not meet the expected number, and the difference between the expected number and the actual count that sales have happened on that day, if it is more than 30%, we mark it red. If it is under 30% from the expected sales, we have it yellow. And if it is over or exactly equal to the expected count, it is marked green. So the use of this thing is to keep track of daily sales, and if there is any dip, any change continuously happening in the sales of a particular product, we immediately get to see and track whether some competition has come in and is giving pressure on our sales, or whether we have not been doing marketing properly. What are the reasons? We immediately get to know because of the sale count is mapped every day. So this is the trend chart for sales. Let me go to the next variable that we are tracking, which is review. So Amazon is all about legacy, all about sales and reviews, and whoever can build the legacy the quickest will be the winner on Amazon. You go and search for projectors right now on Amazon, and you'll find a brand by the name eGate winning for that keyword and that category for past 4 years. That guy takes more than 90% of the sales on Amazon for projectors, simply because he has done amazingly well on reviews and sales. So we keep track of reviews for our sellers daily, and we keep track especially of the prime products that we expect that will have higher sales. They should be producing more reviews daily, and as you can see in the chart, every time there's an addition of a review, we mark it green, and if there's no change, we keep it the way it is, which is white in color. So this visually tells us the rate at which our reviews are increasing. This is extremely important, hence we track it every day. Now let's go for the next thing, which is equally important. We call it marketing cost per unit sales. Amazon calls it ACOS. Other people have different names, but it's essentially what is the expenditure per unit sale. So if you see the first row, the budget is set to be 300. The total cost in that week, these are weekly numbers, week was 2057.84 rupees spent on this, and the units ordered were 8. What was the cost per unit sale? 257. So this gives us a track of how much we're spending. Are we spending it properly? Are the numbers working? Are we not in control? So everything about the expenditure or the marketing cost is controlled using this chart. So this is extremely helpful in letting us know whether our efforts are paying off or not. This is the fourth variable, which is simple daily revenue tracking. So each week we have an expected count for our customer, that this is the number that you should be hitting if the work we have been doing is okay. And if we do not hit the number for a sustained period of time, then we get to know, okay, the overall sales numbers are low. So then we start processing what are the reasons for that revenue number being low. So these are the 4 variables. Now let's go to the last 2. price minimization tracking. So one of the biggest tools that other competitors have against you is the pricing. So we keep a track of your pricing of your products while making sure that your nearest competitors don't minimize or lower their pricing than yours, because price is something that affects Indian customers extremely, and they are very cautious about price. So we try to minimize the price of your products as much as possible within the limits of healthy margins against the competitor. So that is what we do. I'll show you a diagram of that as well soon. And the final thing is inventory projection. So once we start growing, we need to keep our projections for inventory so that we do not get out of stock. This is one of the biggest problems. Out of stock is equivalent to a big crime in Amazon world, and we suggest our sellers to have a projection of at least 1.5 months, 2 months, and have stock for those items, especially those that are doing really well, because sometimes we have observed that they have lost sales plainly because of this mismanagement of stock. So I'll be sharing more variables. These are one of the key variables that we assess and keep track daily. I wanted to share that with you. I hope it's helpful. Enjoy.